The Saratoga County Amateur Radio Association net will begin in 5 minutes. This is W2 EMS.
K2ELL repeater.
The Saratoga County Amateur Radio Association net will begin in 2 minutes. This is W2 EMS. Good evening. This is W2EMS, net control for the Saratoga County Amateur Radio Association net. My name is Fred, the antenna that says for passing of information about amateur radio in and around our area. First, I'll do a call for stations to join the net, followed by comments from each station. Station to join the net, your call signed phonetically, the frequency you're calling on, and your first name. I'll take any and all check-ins at this time.
This is Whiskey Bravo 2, November Lima Echo, Rick 24.
November 2, November 2, Quebec, India, Lima, and I am Kenny, and I am on talking down Fraker Mountain, Roger.
This is November Juliet 1 Foxtrot Brian on 00. This is Whiskey 2 Bravo Echo Whiskey Peter 00.
Is Kilo Delta 2, Delta X-Ray Quebec, Dick on 24.
Is November 2, Quebec, Foxtrot Tango, Joe on 24.
Well, good evening, one and all. Thanks for joining the net tonight. Go through a quick check on the roster, see how we did, if any corrections at all, or any new stations to join the net. We have a Rick, WB2NLE, Kenny, N2QIL, Josh, N1ZGA, Brian, NJ1F, Peter, W2BEW, Dick, KD2DXQ, and Joe, N2QFT. Are there any corrections or any new stations to join the net?
This is Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Delta Delta. Bill and Gansert on 00. Over.
Is Yo Alpha Psi, Victor Victor India, Frank up here in Glens Falls on 700.
This is W2PAG. Name here is Al, Glenville, New York. All right, looks like we picked up a couple more stations. Bill, KD2HDD, Frank, KA5BVI, and Alan at W2PAG. All right, well, let's go right to the top of the list and get any comments from Rick, WB2NLE. Your comments for the net.
K2ELL repeater.
Good evening, Fred. Everybody on the net. Let's see, amateur radio-wise, I got my two-meter antenna outside finally put up, and actually got the coax ran and everything, so that's what I'm transmitting on right now. Other than that, it's been attending nets and trying to program a couple other radios. WB2 and LE, and I'm going to give it back to Fred.
Oh, very good, Rick. Thanks very much for that. And signal sounds good tonight coming in, so I guess that antenna really works. All right, let's go right over to Kenny. N2QIL. Your comments for the net.
QFC comment.
Go, Joe.
You're back up for tonight?
Oh, you're overmodulated.
Yeah, we got you, Joe. Looking for backup net control. I think you did it last week. Let's see if Bill's available. Bill, KD2HDD. Are you available to do backup net control tonight?
This is KD2HDD, Roger. Out.
Very good, Joe. Thanks very much for that reminder. I always seem to forget that. I should put that right in my notes here. That's what I should do. All right, let's, where were we at? Kenny, N2QIL. Your comments for the net?
I really don't have much to say. My HF rig went down yesterday, so I'm kind of depressed. My 7300 won't even light up. Fortunately, still under warranty, so I guess there's that. That's a good thing. I don't know. 73s, everybody back to net control.
Well, all right, Kenny. Well, sorry to hear about your HF rig, but good news that it's under warranty. Usually those things just stop working the day after the warranty runs out, so I think you're pretty lucky in this case. All right, let's go over to Josh, N1ZGA. Your comments for the net. Very good, Josh. Thanks for those comments and the up-to-date weather report. Appreciate that. All right, let's go right over to Brian. NJ1F, your comments for the net.
Good evening, Fred, and everyone on the net. Spent a little time on the HF bands, which were El Cinco for the HF contest this weekend. Bands are up and down. Lots of QSC on 20 and 15 meters. Our stations were barely audible, and about 2 minutes later, they're 20 over 9. So, interesting conditions as the sun is becoming more active. So, that's about it from here. So back to you, W2EMS and J1F.
Very good, Brian. Thanks for those comments. Let's jump right down to Peter, W2BEW. Your comments for the net.
Hey, that sounds like my call. This is W2BEW, and it's certainly been a rainy day. Did go out a few times. Mostly, though, this weekend I've been focusing on my old Hallicrafters SX25. As I mentioned, I've replaced all the capacitors in it. There are 25 or 30 of them, and it is working. I can copy both shortwave stations and broadcast stations, but it's not very hot yet. And I did a rough IF alignment, and then I paid a visit to Jim, K2LM, who's got all sorts of magic test equipment. And I took the crystal. This thing has a crystal filter in the intermediate frequency, the IF frequency. I took that with me because the word on the street is you really should do a very precise IF alignment to exactly what the crystal frequency is. And Jim was able to generate a frequency and put it through the crystal and measure it and look at the peak. And boy, it turned out to be right on the money. It's marked 455 kilohertz, and it passes the peak signal at 455.000, and sometimes that third zero flips to a 1. So that's definitely close enough to align a 1946 receiver. So now I'll do the precise IF alignment and then go through the RF section, the antenna trimmers, oscillator circuit, and maybe it'll work like it did when it was new. Then I'll move on to a National 1C or NC 183 that I have here. That's the end of my boat anchor work, though. That's about it. I do have a transmitter, a transceiver to complete programming on. It's mostly programmed, but I got a few more to add. And I think that's about it from here. Back to you, Fred, W2BEW.
Well, very good, Peter. Thanks for that update, and good to hear you're making good progress on that gear, getting that back in shape. All right, let's see. We're down to Dick, KD2DXQ. Your comments for the net.
Good evening, Fred and everyone on that. Sorry for the interruption here. I had a sneeze. Just want to say hi to everybody, and I hope you're having a good weather and don't get too much wind tonight. And now back to the net control.
Very good, Dick. Thanks for your comments, and good to hear you on the net. All right, right down to Joe, N2QFT. Your comments for the net.
Well, good evening, Fred, and good evening to everyone on the net. This is N2QFT. Let's see. There was a couple of notes, except that now I can't see them. I didn't turn the lights on. I was just curious if anybody had participated on HF on the last man standing contacts. I know a couple of people did get quite a few contacts. I didn't even try, but I was just wondering if anybody had tried and was successful. And now I was going to mention the wind warning from, they're saying from 6 p.m. this evening to 10 p.m. tomorrow evening. So with this, again, wind gusts of 60 miles an hour, and I think Dick's going to try to compete with his sneezing behind me. I think he's trying for more than 60 miles an hour. But other than that, just wanted to say good evening, and hope everyone's having a good weekend. And to QFT, back to net control.
Very good, Joe. Thanks very much for those comments. So right down to Bill, KD2, HDD. Your comments to the net.
KD Fred, good evening to the net. I'll defer most of my comments to Frank, as I hear Frank is on there, but we did have our technician review class this weekend. Thank you to Warren County Office of Emergency Services for use of the training room. And we also did license testing today. Thank you to the Office of Emergency Services people for that room, continuing on today. And I think that's it. I'll let Frank go through that whole thing. KD2 HTD, back to net.
All right, very good, Bill. Well, it just so happens that Frank is up next. So, Frank, KA5 BVI, your comments to the net.
Brett, this is KA5 BVI Frank here in Glens Falls, New York, and we did go to the Municipal Center in Lake George, and we did do class and testing. We had 100% of our class graduated and got their license. There was only one student, but he passed. Okay, so we tested 8 individuals today. So we got 3 new technicians. One of those went on to become a general, and we also had a total of 4 generals got their license today. Nobody passed their extra, although one that passed his tech in general also took his extra class. But he wasn't prepared for that. But he did get a general out of it, which is pretty good. Like I said, so we got 3 new techs and 4 new generals, which is good for an afternoon. And I appreciate all the help that everybody gave. There was quite a few guys that came for volunteer. Quite a few guys came as instructors, and the class went well, and the facilities worked perfect. It was really good. And we enjoyed it. And so all the paperwork is in, so sometime tomorrow or the next day, they should be in the database and have their license. And so we were talking about a lot of things up there, and of course the $35 fee was mentioned, but as Bill and I know, we read some of the paperwork, and it's not going to come into effect till maybe June or July. So that's what we're trying to avoid. For anybody who needs to change their call or do anything like that now, you better get it in before the $35 fee, because otherwise you're going to be paying that extra $35. And I think it's not going to be the job of the testing stations. I better roll it. It's probably not going to be the job of the testing stations and stuff to collect that fee. It's probably going to be personal between the individual and the FCC. In order to get your license, you got to pay that fee, and then they'll process it. So I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we'll see in the future. And with that, it was a little wet today, and not too bad yesterday, but it was wet today, so we didn't get anything accomplished outdoors, but we did get the testing taken care of. With that, I'll send it back to you, Fred. WA2 UMS. EMS. I can't even remember what I was saying. Anyway, thanks, Fred. This is KA5 EVI Frank.
Oh, very good, Frank. Thanks very much for those comments and the update on the class and testing. So that's a good deal. Good deal there. All right, let me pause for just a moment, see if we have any additional stations to join the net tonight.
This is KB2 DSR, Kilo Bravo 2, Delta Sierra Romeo, Myron, I'm in Troy, coming in on the 2-4.
Oh, very good, Myron. Appreciate checking in. Let's see, stand by one. All right, well, let's go over to Al, W2PAG, new check-in tonight. Your comments for the net.
No comments here. I'm just sitting in the office here and kind of rearrange the radio room there, trying to make some more room for a new rig when I get it. But enjoy being here, enjoying this weather, and that's about it. That's all I can say there. I'll say 7-3 to the group. Whiskey 2 Papa Alpha Golf. We'll be clear and monitoring.
Very good, Al. Thanks very much for those comments. All right, let's go over to Myron, KB2DSR. Your comments for the net.
Well, I just wanted to say hello. I'm a longtime ham who lapsed for some period of time and starting to get back out into things. Today has been a busy day. I just finished doing squats, and my shoulder impingement is really tormenting me, but got to get better somehow. Much it. So I just wanted to stop in and say hello. I'll turn it back over to the net.
Oh, very good. Thanks for checking in. We're here every Sunday night at 7 o'clock on the Saratoga County repeater net. All right, couple of announcements. Let's see. First one would be for the club meeting in April. I'm not sure what the program is. Brian, do you know what the program is for April? I know we weren't sure last month, and Jim was working on something, but I don't know if that ever got finalized. All right, maybe Brian doesn't want to talk to me tonight. That's okay. All right, so the April meeting is April the 12th. It is the second Monday in April, and as always, we're going to have that the Zoom session. So look for that Zoom link. In May, which is May the 10th, that program is going to be the commuter net. We've done that with Jock before, KB2GOM, and we'll be doing that presentation via Zoom as well. Let me let this roll for a moment. I thought I saw a email coming through that we're not really sure what we're going to do with the field day this year, but it looks like we do have the Saratoga County Fire Training Facility, that whole complex reserved for field day. So we'll have to see exactly what we're going to do there as well. Let's see, what's next? The Schenectady Amateur Radio Group, they're going to do a program in April the 5th, and that's going to be Gordon West. Gordon West will be on talking about a bunch of real-life disasters that he's captured audio on. So he's going to talk about that for a while, and that link is already available. Let me let this roll again. So Gordon West is typically a dynamic speaker, and he'll be doing the program on Monday, April the 5th. The Middleburg repeater for us, the WA2TTP repeater is still down, and I think there was some trouble trying to access the road up to get that repaired, but that should still be down at this point in time. I think those are the only announcements I have, so I guess it's time to say if there's any last-minute comments from anyone on the net or any additional stations join the net tonight.
K5VVI, quick comment. 82 HTD.
TV2DSR.
2EU. Okay, I got VVI, HDD, something SR. I must have missed something there.
KB2DSR, Kilo Bravo 2, I had a comment.
And I heard K2EU in there as well. All right, so let's go with the comment from Frank. K5VVI.
This is Frank, K5VVI, and I got to say, for those of you who have waterfalls, get on 40 meters. The waterfall is full. This is the first one I've seen since I've owned my 7610, which is about almost a year now. And first time I've seen the waterfall this full anywhere. So if you don't mind contesting a little bit, there's contests going on, but the waterfall is full. K5VVI, back to net. Thanks, Fred.
Oh, very good, Frank. All right, let's go back to Bill, KD2HDD. Your additional comment.
KD2HDD. I kind of thought Frank might mention the W2WCR meeting. Warren County Amateur Radio Association is going to meet tomorrow. We do have permission from UNOS to go back to UNOS. Anybody that's brave enough will be at UNOS. Come early, 6:30-ish or whatever, if you want to get something to eat. Meeting starts at 7. We are going to try, in quotes, we are going to try to Zoom the meeting for people who actually don't want to go out in crowds right now. But we have to use their public Wi-Fi, and we don't know whether that's actually going to work for us or not. So just wanted to get that out of the way. And Fred, I have a count of 13 for tonight's net. This is KD2HTD. Back to net.
All right, I think I had a count of 14, so we're going to have to try and figure that out here in just a minute. Let's go down to, is it George? KD2GSR, your comments for the net.
Was it Kilo Bravo 2 Delta Sierra Romeo? I had a comment.
Go ahead with your comment.
Yeah, name is Myron. Someone had asked about working a last man standing station. I did want to mention I did work there KA6 LMS/4. I want to say Wednesday or Tuesday on radio teletype, but I haven't really been able to get on yet to try anything else.
All right, very good. Thanks for that update. Now that I have that one corrected, Bill, I guess we are correct with 13. 1-3 is the count. Now let's go over to Dave, K2EU. Your comments for the net. Echo Uniform, your comments for the net.
K2EU, good evening, Fred, and everyone else on the net. Sorry I'm late, but the wife got home late from work, so we just finished up dinner. It's been one of those days. Rain and all. Back to net control.
I hear you. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate that. All right, last call. Last call for any additional stations joining the net or any comments from anyone on the net.
NJ1F.
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, just a comment. If anyone does want to work the last man standing station, a good place to find them is if you Google DX Summit, it'll bring you up a page and you can do a search and just type in their call sign of KA6LMS and it'll return all the spots all weekend long of where they've been and where they currently are. So looks like they're on a whole bunch of bands at the moment. So
All right, very good, Brian. Thanks for that update. All right, last call. Last call for any additional comments or stations you joined in at. Nothing heard. We'll go ahead and close down the net at 19:32 hours. This has been a regular session of the Saratoga County Amateur Radio Association Net. Thanks everyone for checking in tonight. We'll talk to you again next Sunday night. This is W2 EMS.